I think we're probably going to see a little bit more cover two coming into play here moving forward. And that is the tendency here is for a lot of teams to say, hey, the DBs are not as important. We could find a guy to do these things later on in the draft. These smart teams, the teams that are usually competing for it all, still prioritize defensive backs, the Kansas City Chiefs of the world. We saw the Buffalo Bills pick up a couple of DBs in their draft. Those kind of teams. The Philadelphia Eagles will still hold defensive back in high importance. The rest of the team, they're trend followers. All right, that's the tendency here. It's a copycat league. You've heard people say that. So they will follow the trends and they'll just be middle of the road, middle of the pack. That just drives me insane how teams are just so willing to do that. The copycats in this league don't really get it. It's the teams and the coaches and the programs that are the first ones to set a trend. All right. Those are the ones to go against the grain. Those are the ones that end up breaking through, doing things innovative. Because everyone else that's following the trend is just middle of the pack teams. Those are the 9 and 8s. Those are the 8 and 9s. Those are the 7 and 10, 10 and 7 wild card, and we're out of their teams. Okay, that's if you're going to be a trend follower, I think your ceiling is 10 and 7, and then there's no telling to where your bottom is. I just don't think you end up being the 14 and 3 team, the 15 and 2 team that goes into the playoffs, gets to a championship game for your conference, and ends up playing or winning a Super Bowl. That's just what I have observed in my 40 plus years of watching the National Football League. So this trend that we have going on where there's less than 5 or 6 DBs, which is kind of the standard of what we've seen in the past, being taken in that first round, we're going to see how that shakes out. I personally don't think that's going to continue because teams are just going to start suffering. They're going to realize that even if we're playing a bunch of zone, we do need guys that can make plays back there. Matter of fact, if you're going to be a big-time zone team, what you need out of that secondary are guys that can get their hands on the football and get the ball back to that side of the football that you love, which is the offensive side. If you're going to play zone and you've got a bunch of passive players that aren't playmakers, that just allow balls to be caught in front of them and come up and make tackles, well, your defense will be on the field all day. And then the better teams who are offensively patient and will go ahead and put together 10, 11, 12 play drives and score will just really drown you because your offense doesn't get the ball as much. You don't get as many opportunities, and you'll just lose games that way.